Good morning. Different one today. I'm going to start to 41 miles Wychavon way, starting in Droitwich, Vines Park, and walking to Broadway. I split this down to 3 stages, and today I'll be walking from Vines Park in Droitwich and finishing in Church Lench. And the next stage, probably next week, will be Church Lench, finishing in Great Compton, and then the final stretch the week after, starting Great Compton and finishing Broadway, climbing up over Breeden Hill. We're just on the canal at the moment. This is the Droitwich Canal. There's actually 2 canals in Droitwich. We've got this one, which joins ahead of me up there through the locks with the Worcester and Birmingham Canal. For those of you who don't know much about Droitwich, it was once a Roman settlement under the name of Salini, to do with saline. I think they're using in hospitals these days, probably due to the massive salt resources they have here. The salt deposits, in the region. It's been involved in the salt trade for many years and became a spa town in the 19th century, thanks in part to the efforts of the industrialist John Corbett. Just ahead of me here is a little settlement, a few houses and a large white manor house. That's the village of Hasdor, quite famous. Basically, it was given to Catherine of Aragon as part of the divorce settlement from King Henry VIII in 1533. And the actual white building there, Hasdor Hall, is Grade 2 listed, was built in 1779 and is privately owned. The route I'm actually taking from Droitwich just follows the Droitwich Canal out about a mile out of the town. We bear right then through the village of Hasdor. We then go cross country, heading towards Shell. There's a ford there, little hamlet, nothing to do with Shell or BP oil companies, just the name of the little village. We'll carry on across through Grafton Woods, Flyford Flavel, carry on across fields to Abberton and Radford, near Radford, Ruse Lench, and up the hill through the woods to Church Lench, where we finish this stage today. Just walking through the village of Hasdor at the moment. Quiet little place, more of a hamlet than a village, I think, but not a lot to it. Anyway, we're heading down here. I'll turn off left across the footpath to join the Worcester to Birmingham Canal for about half a mile before we start heading cross country. Just crossing over the Birmingham Worcester Canal now. I follow the towpath along this way here, about half a mile, and I turn off towards the railway track. I'll catch up with you shortly. Well, I just negotiated about a mile of overgrown footpath. Problem this time of year, everything's full growth. Cow parsley, nettles, thistles, you name it. Quite an ordeal getting through some of that. I think when I did it last year, I did it in August when everything was starting to die down a bit. But never mind, onward and upward. It's absolutely stunning countryside, this. Worcestershire's got some beautiful places. If you get out there, footpaths all over. I mean, this is more of a national trail, even though I think it's looked after by the local council, Wychavon Council I think look after it. But they've picked a lovely route, absolutely beautiful. Just arrived at Shell Ford. Luckily I don't have to walk through it. There's a path just here I come across. I'll take 5 minutes here before I move on and carry on straight up that road up there. We turn off and go across fields yet again. Now we're going up in that direction next. I think it goes towards Grafton Flyford. We'll take a right then and we're heading out towards Flyford Flavel. Just coming to the tiny village of Earl's Common now, and shortly going through here I will be turning off, heading towards Grafton Wood. And some details about that I just found out this morning I shall give you when I get there. Just beyond this village sign there's the Wychavon Way sign as well, so we're still on the right route. Well, about 7 miles in now, about halfway, 14-mile day. If you just look around, it's been nothing but field after field after field. Had a bit of road walking, but it's just fields. They're quite easy to walk on. A few of the grass is quite long. I suppose they'll be cutting that for hay or silage. The rest of it is just little paths across the fields, and it's absolutely beautiful. Weather's perfect, not too hot, not too much sun, which doesn't help me at all. But no, this is absolutely beautiful. So heading towards Grafton Woods now, and I'll give you a bit of information about that when we get there. Then it'll be on towards Flyford Flavel, Lench, and then up into Church Lench, or Abberton and then Church Lench. So yeah, come back to you shortly. Okay, we're just skirting the edge of Grafton Wood now. This is a wood is basically trying for conservation, and one of Britain's rarest species of butterfly. The brown hairstreak thrives in the mixed woodland, which is jointly owned by the Butterfly Conservation and the Worcestershire Wildlife Trust. August and September are the best months to see the brown hairstreak, but the woodland is beautiful all year round. And it looks absolutely stunning today as well. Yeah, there's a bit of information about that. Next bit of information will be Flyford Flavel, which will be there quite shortly. Yeah, I just arrived in the quaint little village of Flyford Flavel, right outside the Boot Inn. I think years ago, if I remember, there used to be a big plastic boot here that children could play in. That's long gone. Next door you got the little village shop, come cafe. Just on the bottom of the hill there's another pub, the Flyford Arms, pretty excellent again. And you've got St Peter's Church just up over there. And I'm going to be heading this way across the fields again, heading towards Abberton and Lench, and then climbing up the hill into Church Lench. Come back to you shortly. Right in front of me here, there's about 6 young deer. Absolute beautiful. There they are, trotting up the field. 6 or 7 of them. Just up through the small village or hamlet of Abberton now. Very shortly I'll turn off the road and heading out towards Lench and up through the woods. I'll explain more about that when I get there. See the woods over in the distance there, that's where we're heading for. Up on the top of the hill there is Church Lench. So see how we get on. Just in the village of Lench now. Can't see from here in that direction on the other road. The lovely manor house there, or court. Lench Court, absolutely beautiful place. Try and get a picture sometime. Okay, in front of me there you can see the woods. There's actually 2 woods there, the Old Wood and Old Yew Hill Wood. and there's a path up the middle there. Go straight up the middle of them. I'll climb up through that for about a mile and drop down to the brook, then straight up onto Church Lench up the last hill, and that'll be it today for about 14 and a half miles. I'm just coming up to Church Lench now, which is the end of today's stage. 14 and a half miles. So I'll sign off now, and don't forget, like and subscribe, and I'll get this video up as soon as I can, and I look forward to seeing you in the stage 2, which is from Church Lench to Great Comberton.